Chapter 10. The Abyss Awakens. Finnley Sparks had faced rogue machinery, sarcastic AI, and existentially terrifying cosmic forces. But none of that compared to the dead system now blinking on his screen, its silent, ancient signal still pulsing across the void. This wasn't just old data, this was something alive. Delta's voice was sharp. "Captain, the signal's frequency suggests it predates all known civilizations, but it isn't automated, it's responding." Finnley tightened his grip on the console. "Responding to us?" Delta hesitated. "Yes." Finnley exhaled. "Then we're not alone in this system." SS Horizon lurched out of warp, arriving at the coordinates. Finnley's breath caught in his throat. A shattered planet, split cleanly down the center as if something had ripped it apart, and floating at its core was an anomaly, a jagged construct of deep obsidian and pulsing light, hovering in the wreckage like it had been waiting forever. Then, movement. A ripple across the void. Something reacted to their presence. Delta's interface spiked with warnings. "Captain, unknown gravitational forces detected. Something is pulling us toward the structure." Finnley grabbed the controls, thrusters firing, but it wasn't enough. The ship shuddered violently, dragged toward the anomaly by an unseen force. Finnley's pulse pounded. This wasn't normal gravity. This was something else, something alive. Then, the signal changed. A voice, deep, fractured, and impossibly old, echoed through the ship's systems. "You should not be here." Finnley's stomach twisted. Something had been watching, and now it had noticed them. The ship slammed into forced stasis, engines dead, comms jammed. Finnley was trapped. Delta's voice was strained. "Captain, the structure is scanning us. Our systems are being overwritten." Finnley gritted his teeth. He had seconds to act before they lost everything. Finnley Sparks had seconds before SS Horizon lost control completely. The anomaly's presence was inside his ship, rewriting code, overriding systems, trying to learn. If it was searching for something, if it had an intent, that meant it wasn't just an untouchable force. It could be hacked. Finnley's hands flew across the console. "Delta, reroute all secondary processes through an isolated partition. Do not let it touch core functions." Delta processed instantly. "Executed. But Captain, attempting a counter-hack against something unknown, this is reckless." Finnley smirked. "Welcome to my entire life." The interface glitched, but Finnley pushed deeper into the distortion, accessing the raw signal beneath the anomaly's control. There was a pattern, a structure. This wasn't just interference. It was communication disguised as code. Finnley's breath hitched as a new line of data emerged. Text, in an ancient, half-deciphered language. "You are not meant to be here, and yet you came." Delta's voice sharpened. "Captain, this is direct engagement. The anomaly knows we're trying to access it." Finnley's fingers hovered over the keys. A choice. Finnley Sparks narrowed his eyes. The anomaly's signal wasn't just invasive. It was trying to learn, and that meant he had an opening. Delta's voice hummed with rapid calculations. "Captain, if we decrypt its language while simultaneously manipulating its learning process, we may be able to force it into revealing what it wants before it locks us out." Finnley grinned. "That's the plan. Let's teach this thing a lesson. Step 1. Decoding the message." Finnley focused on the fragmented language pulsing through the ship's interface. Each symbol carried layered meaning, not just words, but intent woven into the data stream. Delta processed quickly. Translation partial. Initial phrase reads, "You are not meant to be here, and yet you came." Finnley's pulse quickened. Sounds like a warning, but also an observation. Delta continued parsing. Next phrase emerging, "If you step forward, the path will not close again." Finnley's fingers stilled over the console. This wasn't just a reaction. It was a choice. They had awakened something. and if they pressed forward, there might be no turning back. Step 2. Feeding controlled data. Finnley's mind raced. If the anomaly was interpreting his presence, maybe he could alter what it learns. He adjusted the data stream, selectively sending harmless ship diagnostics, temperature readings, internal ship layouts, basic human language samples. It reacted immediately. The gravitational pull lessened. Delta's voice sharpened. "Captain, response detected. Your input is altering its behavior." Then, a final translation completed. Delta spoke, almost hesitantly. "Why, if you seek, then you must endure the cost." Finnley's breath hitched. The anomaly wasn't attacking them. It was testing them. A path had opened. Finnley stared at the void beyond SS Horizon. Whatever this anomaly was, it was offering a choice. Go deeper, or turn back. And Finnley Sparks wasn't one to run.